Hello, it is me, Timmésha Burgess. As you can see, I am wearing my Fear of Feminine Power is a Mental Disorder merch. If you haven't gotten your merch, please visit my website, TimméshaBurgess.com, or you can visit my Instagram, Timmésha Burgess. Click the link in my bio. It guides you to my link tree. Under my link tree, there are a few different options. One of the options says Shop ALCHEMINITY Merch. This is where you can find this if you feel so inclined and feel guided to do so. You'll know it's for you. Also, get your copy of Activate, Unorthodox Philosophies that explore anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts as symptoms of suppressed superpower. Without further ado, let's get started. I want to talk about discernment when you activate your feminine power. Discernment when you activate your masculine power. Discernment when you activate your sensual and sexual power. This is such an important topic. Recently, I posted a video about emotional intelligence and mental health when working with your sensual and sexual selves. And I want to dive a little bit deeper in this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, what the hell are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Love me like you do. Love me like you do. I love that song. It's not my song, but it just feels so relevant to say that after I ask the question. If you aren't subscribed here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like and share this video. And again, to those of you that are here and have been here for some time, thank you for being here. Obviously, what I share resonates with you on a deeper level, and I'm glad to know it. So let's dive deep. I wanted to share this video and point out some things that I didn't point out in the last video as it relates to romantic connections, as it relates to love, dating, and matters of the heart, which is not something I talk about often, but I'm feeling guided to talk more about that and share more of my experiences. Just on this journey of uncovering who and what I am, uncovering my abilities, my talents, my skills. Those of you know that on my journey through the Dark Night of the Soul Odyssey, that I uncovered that I come from a long line of mystics, that I come from a long line of spiritual folks. I come from a long line of people who practice in certain religions as well. There are certain people on both sides of my family, my mother's side and my father's side, who are highly spiritual people, but never would talk about it publicly. And I just doing some inner search, doing some ancestral searches on my bloodline and who I am, things that were revealed to me in my dream state, things that were revealed to me in my visions. I found that both sides of my family are very highly spiritual people, but people who, again, kept this part of them secret because we were all taught that this was something that was evil or, wicked or devil worship or was not of God. And so on my uncovering of myself and my spiritual abilities, uncovering what I share about sensuality and sexuality, I found that it was dire that I really share more insight into why it's imperative that we not only develop the emotional intelligence necessary to activate in this power, to maneuver and make choices from this place of power, but develop our sense of discernment, which is our intuition, okay? I say that because as it relates to matters of the heart, love and dating, women, ladies, okay, you are going to attract quite a bit of people. And it's really important that you develop your intuition or your discernment or whatever you want to call it, because you're going to need to know how to protect yourself. You're going to need to know how to protect yourself because of the type of people you're going to attract. You're going to find that a lot of whom you attract are people who are just attracted to you sexually. They're just aroused by how you carry yourself. They'll be aroused by how you move, how you speak, how you dress, how you blink. They'll be attracted to that. And you're going to need to know how to handle this. You're going to need to know how to maneuver this. You're going to need to be able to discern when people are just attracted to you from their lower animalistic nature, or when they're highly attracted to you on a spiritual and energetic level. You will know this by their actions. You will know this by their words. You will know this by the words that they not only choose to say, but the words they don't choose to say. Okay? I'll give you an example. I was having a conversation with a guy who I met, I don't know, some years ago, maybe 2019. I met them 2019. I haven't spoken to them in years, but we still had each other's number. And he reached out one day and we conversed, and then I reached back out another day and we conversed again. But he goes on to tell me in our last conversation, which is going to be our final conversation, right? He says to me how, of course, attracted he is to me mentally. He tries to put that out there first, right? He tries to create some type of soft ground, some soft landing, how he's attracted to me mentally, how smart he thinks I am, how dynamic he thinks I am. And says because of this, he would love to have the opportunity to sleep with me. Okay. Now, this is somebody that I've known for years, who's known me for years. A person who we've gone to events together. He's taken me out on dates, couple dates, not several, maybe one, maybe two. One was a lunch date, and it was a quick one after work. It wasn't even planned, right? That kind of thing. So, this is somebody that I felt like I knew like that. I mean, we've had little spats where we've fallen out and then we talk again. Just that type of dynamic. But there was always this level of respect for one another. And we never really crossed that boundary of non-respect. Not ever. And so when he said this, I didn't get angry with him. Most women would look at that and be like, oh, who do you think you are telling me you want to sleep with me? No. I didn't get angry with him, number one, because we had some sort of foundational history. But number two, it's because I have developed my emotional intelligence about myself, about the energy that I possess, about the energy that I exude. Okay? We have history, emotional intelligence. When I say we have history, we never actually dated. We just went out a couple of times. We were never monogamous. We were never one-on-one. It was never exclusive or anything like that. Just somebody that, we were developing or trying to develop some sort of something, but never could quite get there. Number one, we're both highly in our power and on our thrones. And me being more spiritual, this person being more religious, I know that I made him very uncomfortable, not because of my spirituality, but because we practiced differently, because I challenged him on different levels, not because I was trying to challenge him, but I challenged his ego, because he's the type of person that would be used to, he's kind of a know-it-all. I'm going to just put it that way. I'm going to just put it out there, y'all. He's kind of a know-it-all, highly intelligent, highly well-read guy, okay? Very book smart. You can ask him what's the decimal of 2 to the 10th power of the planetarium systems of NASA calculations, and he would know it, okay? That type of book smart. But when it comes to worldly common sense, he lacks it. I mean, he just lacks it. And if he ever sees this video, I'm telling the truth. So anyway, I didn't get upset when he told me that he wanted to sleep with me. Let me tell y'all, that's not exactly how he said it. He was very, very raw in how he said it. And I don't want to put all of the business out there, but let me just say he made it very clear of how he wanted to sleep with me. Okay. And I didn't get upset because I know the type of energy that I exude. I know the type of energy that I carry, that I have awakened, that I have activated in me. And this energy that I carry and have activated has been an energy that is very prominent throughout my bloodline, on both sides of my bloodline. The problem is, and we can go into a whole conversation about this, but the problem is on both sides of my bloodline, there were women and men who misused this power, who misused this energy. Once it was activated within them, they most likely used it for selfish reasons. They used it as a weapon as opposed to a healing modality for themselves. They used it for just selfish gain, selfish reason. They used it to hurt people. They hurt themselves, you know, and not just in my bloodline, several bloodlines and generations. I mean, we can just look at the state of the world and see people who have misused this power or this energy. And I call it a power, not because when people hear the word power, I think people get the misconception or has the misconception that power is overpowering something, especially when they talk about, when we hear women in their power, we are often afraid to talk about or see women in their power because people have a fear that women in their power means overpowering others. And that is false. Okay, absolutely false. And I get where it comes from. It stems, if you guys read my book, you will know that it stems from the witch hunts. It stems from women and men who have been abusing this energy, okay? Power and energy, have been misusing it and abusing it. You know, you have people who would come into this knowledge of themselves and they start to try to compete with others, try to destroy, kill, and harm others, try to, you know, keep others blocked, stuck, stagnant, delayed. You know, you just see these out of control human beings using this power. It's like, again, it's like giving a child a loaded gun. Okay. So I didn't get upset with him because my emotional intelligence would help me to be able to see that I understand why he's saying that. I know, not just because he's a man, right? We have this misconception about men too, ladies, that, oh, he's a man, of course he wants to sleep with you. He's a man, of course this has nothing to do with a person being a man and everything to do with energy, okay? Because I operate within a certain power, because a certain power operates within me, has its being within me, flows through me. I look at it like this. I'm merely a vessel. This right here is merely like a costume. This is my avatar body. For those of you who've seen Avatar, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is an avatar body, right? And this avatar body is able to navigate this reality that we call life. One reality on the spectrum of infinite realities that we call life. In order to navigate this reality, you have to be in an avatar, right? You have to be in this avatar body to be able to operate in this reality, this thing we call life. So this is just an avatar. My avatar has a voice, it has a throat that it can speak, it has eyes so it can see, senses so it can feel, so it can communicate. That's what it's designed to do, right? So that it can learn, so that it can give, so that it can receive, right? So there are messages that flow through this avatar body of mine, messages that I share, whether I speak it, if I write it, if I sing it, or if I dance it. Messages come through this avatar for me to deliver to those of you this is meant for, okay? So I know that my avatar channels power, channels energy, channels information for me to share with the world. And the energy, see, people are not attracted to you just based on your avatar body. That's just one level. What people are really drawn to, what really magnetizes them to you, is this energy, this power that is flowing through and out of your avatar. So you think it's about you on a physical level, but it's really what you possess on an energetic level that people are drawn and attracted to. And so, you know, it's funny when people cease to do the work on themselves and they think it's all about them. They're the main ones that get slapped with a wake-up call for them to see this has never been about you. You're just a vessel, honey. You're just a costume, right? We are literally animated. There is a power and a being that lives through us all, whether you want to call that God, whether you want to call that universe, whether you want to call that ethers from the Elohim, ancient ones, whatever you want to call it. There's a power and an energy that animates our costumes. So when we transition to what people call death or dying, that power leaves this body, leaves this avatar, and it's nothing, right? It's literally just a costume. So this voice that you're hearing right now, these messages, this information is coming from a higher source and a lower source, right? Because it's the yin and the yang, heaven and hell, okay? So the information that I'm giving to you is coming out of this avatar. It isn't the avatar that is producing it. It's something else that is speaking through me to those of you that these messages are meant for. So my emotional intelligence that I've been able to develop, the stability in my mind that I've been able to develop, and knowing that I'm merely just a vessel and an avatar, allowed me to not be angry at this person for speaking his mind. Let me tell you something about the emotional maturity and intelligence that you develop when you activate your superpower, when you activate your sensual and sexual self and know even what it is, right? And what to do with it once it's activated. You realize you let people off the hook. And you know what? You end up saying and understanding that you shouldn't blame them for being attracted to you. Why wouldn't they be attracted to you? Why wouldn't they be aroused by you? Why wouldn't they be turned on by you when you are channeling such an infinite, formidable power? Okay? All of us have the ability to channel this power, to allow this power to have its way through us, to animate, to speak through us, right? Of course you're magnetic. Of course people are going to be aroused and turned on by you when you're operating in your superpower, when you're allowing yourself to be the avatar for something much more infinite than just you. So why should I be angry at this man? Because he was attracted to the God and goddess in me. It's the God in me. You think I'm so fresh. You think I'm so... What is it you think you see when you see me? You see me. They don't know how much of something... Whatever, okay? What is it that you think you see when you see me? So, no, I wasn't angry at him, right? I understood. I overstood. I understood that he and anyone else who was able to see and feel and pick up on power and energy should be attracted to me. They should be attracted to you. It's what you do and how you discern and how you carry yourself, how you make decisions from this place of knowing and from this place of power that matters the most. Okay? So because you know that people are going to be attracted to you, magnetized to you, magnetized by you, aroused by you, turned on by you, how will you make decisions from this place of knowing and from this place of power? So what I end up telling this person that I've known for some time was that I understood, that I appreciated what he shared, and how it just wasn't for me. How it just wasn't for me. And this person didn't want... They're recently out of a marriage, a 15-year marriage. They're a father. Of course, they want to sow their royal oats. And I suggested that they do that, right? I suggested that, hey, you were in a 15-year marriage. You might want to go sow your royal oats. And they did after their marriage, because we haven't talked for years. They dated someone after their marriage. They were with them for 2 years. And that has been over. And then all of a sudden we get back in contact. So, this person, because I'm spiritually inclined, okay, I know that this person has quite a bit of work to do in themselves. We all have work to do in themselves. But in order for this person for he and I to ever be on the same frequency, he has quite a bit of work to do in himself. And I would not be willing, I would be a fool, right, to open up the doorway to this person knowing where they are and where they are not energetically, okay? And they made it very, very clear what they want. They want physical intimacy, and that's about it, okay? And I get that. 15-year marriage, you probably want to play around and sow your royal oats. It is up to me to decide whether or not I want to be one of the ones you allow in your sandbox, and I don't want to play. I don't want to play with you, right? So, not on that level. So, but there are plenty of others who would be glad to play with that person. I mean, because he's very accomplished, very intelligent, very good looking, very, very gorgeous guy. Okay. Any woman would be, oh my God. Oh, and being around and meeting a guy on his level. He is what most people would consider a high value man, but I also am high value on many different levels. Okay. So he understands that and he knows that. And, he didn't push the boundary on that. He just let it be known that I would love to be with you in this way. And let me tell you how I want to be with you in this way, you know? And I get it. And I'm not upset and I respect it because I get it, right? Thank you. Thank you for being attracted to me is basically what I said. And so I'm sharing this with those of you who are on this same journey of uncovering your sensual and sexual power, of being in your feminine and your masculine energy, and realizing that this is an ancient power. Sensuality and sexuality, divine femininity and divine masculinity is God, and God is. It is the universe. It is the juice of creation, right? It is where all life stems from. It should be magnetic. It should turn people on. The question is, for those of you, in what ways is it turning people on? Is it just physically? Is it mentally? Is it spiritually? Is it emotionally? Is it energetically? Is your attractiveness and your magnetism and your sensual and sexual self, is it helping people to heal, to be activated and awakened to who they are? That is what this power is meant for. It isn't meant to be something to manipulate others or try to control others or try to compete with others or try to, whatever you try to get things out of others. This power is meant to awaken and activate others to who they are. This power is meant to be a mirror reflection so people can see themselves and come into oneness with themselves. That is what it's for. Part of what it's for. The thing about power and energy is you can use it for bad or you can use it for good. And unfortunately, the way that humans operate, unfortunately, it's been a lot more bad than good, right? It's been a lot more destruction than there has been healing. So developing, ladies, your discernment is going to be so important when you activate this power, when you start to come into knowledge of your sensual and sexual self, when you start to come into knowledge of your feminine power. Activating your emotional intelligence is going to be so key to your intuition. It's going to be so key to protect yourself. It's going to be key for you to be able to create and set healthy boundaries, right? Because you're attracting people. You're attracting people. You have to be able to see why they're attracted to you. You have to be able to understand and not be offended that they are attracted to you. Of course they're going to be turned on. The thing is, and the work for you is to turn them on in more ways than one, right? Turn them on, not just physically, mentally turn them on, spiritually turn them on, energetically turn them on, okay? Turn them on to their purpose, to their power, to themselves. That is the work. Be discerning in your careers. You're going to be attracting, people to you. And let me tell you something also about this energy. You're not just attracting men to you. You're attracting women. You're attracting kids. You're attracting dogs, cats, birds, bees, trees. Honey, you are attracting it all. It's going to be very, very, not just important, it's going to be a matter of life and death that you develop your discernment and your intuition so that you can protect yourself and those around you. Because this power ain't nothing to play with. And it's not something that you want to take for granted or take lightly. Once this power is activated in you, it means that you are doing the work to have activated in you. And you should consider it an honor that it even chose you to awaken itself in. Don't take advantage of that. Be responsible. You're responsible with the power that you have. When they say knowledge is power, you're responsible with what you know about this power and what you do with it. So that's all I wanted to share, ladies. I think that's good enough. This is almost 30 minutes. I wasn't planning on this being this long. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this. I hope this helped to enlighten you on this journey. And again, thank you for subscribing here, because turning pain into power is truly sexy. I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure you get your merch. Make sure you get your copy of Activate. And also, I have redeveloped Patreon. I'll be sharing some information about that in the coming days. But go ahead and check it out. It's patreon.com/ALCHEMINITY. ALCHEMINITY. You can join the Activate Book Club, which is coming soon, members only. And also you'll see some other things that are there as well. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Ciao for now.